How are you today, my friend?
It's pretty it's pretty faint, I must say. It could be my phone.
Yeah. So how are you doing
How
today?
does
I like the artwork you got in the background there.
cheers. Yeah, you got a pretty good selection of art behind you too,
Oh, yes, sir. I've been
and photos.
trying to collect for a while now.
Nice. I wonder if the folks watching, how the volume is for you or for them. If it's good, then I can just deal with it. But you might have to. I don't know if something's up. I'm obviously not a technically savvy person, in case that wasn't clear.
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear. Yeah, I hear you perfectly fine on my
Cool.
end.
I may have to ask to repeat things now and then.
Yeah, that's no problem.
Oh, maybe if I. Oh wait, I turned up my volume. Now it's good.
There we go. Yeah, that's no problem, big
Ooh,
guy. Yes,
yeah.
sir. Yes, sir. Well, everybody, like you guys to all welcome Jacob Collins on the Trailer Park Boys. I had the privilege the other day to have a donator with him. I met him just downtown Halifax. He was in town for a tiny little visit, and yeah, he honored me with being able to take him for lunch. We chatted for probably a good 45 minutes, which was a dream come true. So it was nice to also have him here on my interviews. So I think we should just get started with her right away. Thank you, Jacob, for being on here. It's an honor and a
Yeah,
privilege to have
man.
you, brother. Appreciate it.
Thanks for the donaire, and yeah, good to see you in person in town too, in the big city.
Yes, sir. So it's going to start it off with how old were you when you first joined onto the show there? Probably like, what, 20 years ago? Maybe a little over 20 years ago
Yeah,
now?
I must have been about like 26 or so,
26?
like just doing the math from now. So yeah, mid 20s.
And where are you originally from?
Well, I was born in Halifax, but my parents had been living in Ottawa beforehand, and then they went back to Ottawa right after I was born. So I've got a Nova Scotia birth certificate, but then grew up in Ottawa, like for
Oh,
my
cool.
formative years.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Wow. So where were you when you guys were filming the original seasons and stuff like that? So you were obviously living here in Halifax or within the Halifax region area, anyways.
I was living in Halifax at that time. I guess, what had I done before that? Oh, I moved to Toronto in my early 20s, like when I moved out of like from home, where I grew up. And then, yeah, I moved to Halifax in my mid 20s, like a few years before Trailer Park Boys started. So yeah, I was living in Halifax, working at the Marquee Club, just, smoking dope, hanging out.
I hear that. How'd you like Toronto living there when you were younger?
I mean, it's got its benefits and drawbacks. I was living there also, like, uh, before I moved back to Nova Scotia 7 years ago. So I've lived there like a few times over the decades. And yeah, I mean, it's fine in some ways, but I mean, you couldn't pay me to live there now.
Too busy living there,
Giant
yeah.
city. Oh,
Way too way
have you
too
ever
busy
lived in
there
a big
now.
city other than Halifax?
Yeah, I find Halifax quite the busy spot too.
Yeah, yeah. It's like the size of one neighborhood in Toronto, kind of. But yeah, I mean, it was good in a lot of ways, but yeah, it was far too big, and eventually the benefits or the drawbacks outweighed the benefits, and I decided to move to the countryside where I am now, back in Scotia.
Oh, okay, yeah.